Hey, Glenn. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it might be where you're at. It's morning.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Same to you, bud. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I can't complain. We got Julie still on the mend. She's a week closer to getting her arm back.
Oh,
She,
yeah,
yeah, that was a bad deal, man.
yeah,
She's
I
doing a
know.
lot better.
Yeah, I watched your video this morning. I haven't got a chance to comment yet, but
Yeah, I'm hoping that next Sunday I have a locker video from hopefully a brand new one. Let's just say I'm looking at something right down the street, man.
oh,
I mean,
cool.
it's like I could walk there and get back in about 5 minutes, maybe seven. So that's coming up today or tomorrow. I believe that auction is at 10 a.m. here. So it'll be like 7 a.m. where you're at. Let's
That's
see
tomorrow.
who.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me check on here. Yes. Let me see. I'll say exactly. It's where it's the same place where I found that locker that had 13 jewelry boxes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right up the street. Right up the street. Yeah. So that's the one. There's one it's a 10 by 20 that I'm looking at. There's another one that I was looking at with I showed you last week
yeah.
with all the tools in it. But it's like it's getting a lot of bids. And I think there's going to be a couple of people wanting to fight it out besides me if it had been the right price. But I found something I want more. Because I mean, I think it's a tool unit. It's pretty much just going to have tools in it.
Oh, yeah,
It's okay,
yeah.
but I've got another one that's got more opportunity for some really good finds, man. I'm hoping. So we'll just see how that goes. Let's see who we got here this morning. Mad Dog, how you doing, bud? He's back from his high school reunion and went good. Got to spend some time with my brother and sister-in-law. Well, that's cool, man. Let's see. Well, I've been out of high school since 50 years. 50 years. I was a class of 73. Was that 52 years? Sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Hey, Glenn, the Swamp Picker's in the house. How you doing, bud? Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I think we're going to have a few visitors today over here. Yeah, Mad Dog says there's a lot of nice storage units at Public Storage this week. I do like the one in Jefferson area here with the tool. I like that one too, but there's another one I like even better because I think that tool unit's going to sell for kind of like retail here for too long.
Yeah. I like
It'll be a good unit, but
I like more of a variety, different stuff.
yeah, I mean, I know I could sell tools and everything, but let's just suppose I get in that unit and all those the main toolboxes are empty. What then I'm screwed. Because generally, I mean, this is just from my experience. With what 14 years of buying these things. Tool units usually, when they're specifically tool units, just don't put out any gold, man. And with gold crashing 3,400, pushing almost to 3,500 yesterday, wow, man, we're looking at gold's got to be my target. It's getting there, man. It's getting there.
Yeah, I
Three
think.
ounces of gold are over 10 grand now. So wow,
Yeah, I think silver's going up too.
silver is definitely going up. It's so undervalued right now. I cannot stress that enough. So undervalued. So is gold for that matter. But yeah, we're coming up to some real big changes here for too long. It's not going to be that much longer, man. It can't be. The old system. There's no going back to the old one now. It's done. Yeah, Mad Dog says Happy Father's Day, everybody. Hell yeah. Yeah, that one that J&J got. Yeah, I mean that one in their first video they didn't even show the a watch the guy found. He found a watch like I did in that unit I just bought. Well, it's been a couple months now, where it was a gold watch. I mean, he didn't even have it in his first video. So when you consider that one watch he found, he paid what $2,700. Probably say $3,000 after everything. But just that one watch is worth at least 1,500, and it's going up. So they got now they're looking at just 1,500 minus the price of that watch. They're gonna make a lot of money on that unit. I like it too, man. I watched him buy it. I went through the whole caravan. I think Mad Dog did too. He was on the whole thing, following around from one location to the other. That was a lot of fun. That's how we used to do it here. Class of '99. I was 73, so that was 26 years after I. Wow. I think you should put at least one bid on the tool unit, and if you get it for a backup, well, it kind of is a backup. It sells a day later than the one I really want, anyway. But if I get the one I really want, I probably won't mess with that one, unless if they stop bidding now, maybe, But I got a feeling it's almost $300 now, and it's a 5x10.
Yeah, it's going to keep going up.
I mean, I said this earlier. I'm saying, what would whoever buys it, what are they going to do if they get in there in the front, where all the tools? There's a Milwaukee toolbox looking really sharp sitting there, and 3 like tool totes, what I call tool totes that are stacked up. Let's say you get in there and there's clothes in the totes, and the Milwaukee's not in there.
Yeah.
Then you're probably screwed for the whole unit. I'm not saying I won't buy it, but I got one I'd rather get, and I really don't want to pay up for a locker like that where I don't think I'm going to find any hidden treasure other than maybe a few tools I can't see in the back, So that's how I'm thinking about that unit. I think it's a good, nice unit. But there's people are already running it up, man. It would be nice if you finally found gold in a toolbox or something in a tool unit. Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah. But generally speaking, tool units, I found gold in units that had tools in it, but I wouldn't call them specifically. You open up the door and you go, oh, there's a tool unit. Like the one that we're looking at on here, how we've been looking at it on here. And I'll bring it up here in a little bit. Usually around 12:30. I just don't want to look at somewhere I'm going to break even on. I mean, I want to really get a good unit, man, Harry, how you doing, man? He made some hauls yesterday. I was watching him, and he had a good day at the yard sales. He had a good day. Way to go, Harry. I believe there's over 20,000. Where? 20,000. Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. I mean, I'm going to look at it again if I don't get the other one, but you know what? I think I'm going to get it. The one that I'm bidding on actually has a set of one section of actual racks that would go into a warehouse. I know I could sell those for good money. And hang on, this bottle's sweating. Just got a cold bottle of water, and the water's kind of sweating all over my desk here. Oh, that's good. Oh, hell yes. Yeah, we'll look at some of them here in a bit, man. They are nice totes, man. If you get in there and there's clothes in there, no tools. It could get ugly. I don't think it. I think it'll be. I think the unit will at least be worth $300-400 as far as what you're going to get out of there. That's on the low end. But that's what's going to cost that much just to pick it up, and then what are you going to do when you open them up and they're not in it? I mean, it's just a question you got to ask yourself in any unit you buy. But your chances are less in a 5x10 rather as opposed to a 10x20.
Yeah.
Got my eyes on, which is even cheaper, and it's right down the street. So there's that. In a place where I've had a really good track record. So I suspect they're not going in there and stages. I haven't had any issues over there. I know the manager, so I can walk in there with confidence, knowing I'm not going to get screwed. I mean, if I get screwed, it'll be legitimately screwed. Or just sucks. You can't do nothing about that. Yeah, way to go, Harry. Man, he's been doing it. You always know when he's frustrated in one of these things, and you know when he's happy. You can tell. He was happy yesterday. Mad Dog says he was making out like a bandit last week, getting very good buys. I did get a few things at the thrift store when I was on the road. It wasn't as good as last weekend. You never know, man. You just got to stick to it. There we go. Yeah, happy Father's Day, Harry. And Glenn, I think J&J Family finds units at finds that could be a $20,000. Now, what the guy said, he told the manager over there to tell whoever bought that unit that he got that his dad's coin collection was in the back. Think about that. That could be a lot of it. What if they're gold coins? I mean, it's silver for sure. Think about that. That could be wow. It could be great, man. Just the idea that knowing there's a coin collection back there. That's pretty good. And they're finding ammo. And the guy was a former cop, so there could be some bang bangs in there too. Oh, and speaking about those, that video I put out today, that go-kart I got,
Yeah.
when I sold that, I traded, actually bartered it. The guy that came out here, I think I was asking 300, but he offered me a 9mm for it, which is worth about, it was worth about 200. But knowing me, the sucker, I took the deal because I just wanted it. So I actually got a 9mm for that go-kart, which ironically I ended up selling to my son for a good price because he needed one. So that's how that went down. And that motor on that go-kart was brand new.
Yeah, it didn't look like it ever been ran.
I don't think they had ever ran it. I think it was a project. They got the motor for it. They had the frame, but they hadn't done anything else. Then it wound up in a storage unit, and you know the rest of the story.
I don't think they even had the throttle hooked up, did they?
They didn't have the throttle hooked up. I don't think they ever even started. It didn't have any gas in it didn't ever have any gas in it. You couldn't smell any gas in the tank. Like even if it'd been empty, you still smell gas.
Yeah.
You couldn't even smell it. So there's no way they even started it.
Which actually, that's a good thing though, because gasoline sitting for a long period of time is not good.
Yeah, you gotta drain all that out, and that can get up in there and gunk up stuff. Yeah, but I mean, it's not my deal now. But that was a fun locker, man. Off to eat lunch with Mom. Hey, have a good time there, Glenn. Appreciate you swinging in here. Plus, you could always have the extra space rocking like a rock star unit in 10 days on page 17. 17 units in your area. I would love to see the extra space was on the last page. Well, we will definitely get to those in your area. Yeah. Hey, Ray, how are you doing? I appreciate you swinging in here. Happy Father's Day to you, too. Yeah, man. Let's see what gold is today. 34.52, man. Think about that. I started buying the hell out of that like when it was 1,200. Kind of knew what was coming, man. Glenn, did you clear a lot of the stuff at your house so you'd have room for storage unit if you found something you like? I think he's asking you if you've got room for a storage unit if you buy one.
Yeah, I just messaged him right now.
Yeah. Harry said he just tested the camera that I bought yesterday and it is a bang bang now. We'll list it. Yeah, I mean I think he bought a camera for what, $10?
Oh,
But it's $40.
you've got a few cameras to get rid of.
I got a bunch of those, man. Did sell all the books out of there, which was huge, and from a space standpoint,
That's a
and
big
all the
deal.
furniture and all the books we sold.
Yeah, that's a big deal right there, getting rid of all the books.
Yeah, that we got about $450, I think, somewhere something like that for the books. All I had to do was take them to the bookstore and wait there until they gave me an offer, and I always took their offer. And then I've got another couple sets of better books over here, kept the best of the best. We're going to sell them on Marketplace. So the books will end up being about $500 to $600. And then there was 50, what was it, 5,400 in silver and gold. Of course, that's probably gone up. That's gone up because the price of gold's gone up a couple $100 since I got that unit. So and then we paid. I figured we were in that unit for about 4,000. So we're probably up about $2,000 on it, really. And I still got all of the slides, all of the cameras, all of the aviation stuff, all of the model boats and planes that were in there. So there's at least another couple of grand. So that unit will end up being where we doubled our money on it, man. Had to really pay up for it. It was kind of risky, but I didn't feel like it was because, I mean, it was a 10 by 20 packed unit with old furniture, dust, and boxes galore. I mean, I didn't feel like it was real risky. I mean, the price was a little risky, but I felt like we would, at worst, get our money back. Yeah, so it worked out. All right, Harry. Yeah, we'll try to keep you entertained today. Let's see if I got a guitar here. Oh, that's right. I don't know how to play it. Damn. 17. Yeah, I got a Target tomorrow, Mad Dog, and I really want it because it's so close. I can walk up there and I could carry stuff on my back home from this. It's that close. Hey, look, we got Eric Lucker Lunatics in the house today. Welcome, Eric. Good morning, everyone. Happy Father's Day. Back at you, my man. Do you have a video coming out today, man? I want to watch it if you do. Yes. If you do, I am there. That's right. You're welcome, Ray. I'm glad you swung in here. I'll tell you what, Glenn, on another matter, as far as YouTube algorithms, I was, there for a while. The channel, my channel was just smoking. I was getting a couple hundred subs a week. This last week, the algorithms have completely changed. Let me see how to put this. Since last Sunday, I've got like 15,595 subs, and it's gone to 15,600 several times and gone back to 95 over and over. In the whole week, I think I've got one sub.
Huh.
And I can't explain as to why that is, because the videos are still getting good views. I even had one last or 2 days ago where I saw Chucky brought home a chipmunk. I'm like, I gotta save this guy. So he let go of it, and the chipmunk ran up my leg and sat on my shoulder. So I let him sit there. And I acted like, where did he go, Chucky? And I knew he was sitting there right by my ear. So I walked over to the fence. I said, you can jump off and go up the fence. He was too scared. So he wanted to stay with me. So while they were looking, I walked through the house with him on my shoulder. That video should have been great, right? And then I walked out the front, sat out on the porch, and just talked to the little guy on my shoulder, And he sat there. I sat there with him for about 5 or 10 minutes, just talking nice to him. And then I kind of reached around and picked him up. I said, all right, I'm going to let you go now. And I set him down. He froze, was looking around, hit the big tree out front and climbed it. So I saved the little guy.
He wanted to stay with you. You saved his life.
I did, and he knew I'd saved his life.
You said you got that on video?
Yeah, it's up on YouTube.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's up last night and the night. I think I put more than one video up on it. I think I put 3. At the moment where I saved him, where Thomas and Chucky were looking at it like, oh yeah, look at this guy. I said, don't hurt him, Chucky. And he actually didn't. And he climbed up my leg and sat on my shoulder. And I said, I just acted like I didn't know where he went. And then I was able to just walk him out of there. So it was a feel-good story, It's not like my cats don't have enough to eat. They didn't need to eat. They didn't need that. So I just saved the little guy. I think they're cute. I didn't want him to kill the chipmunk. Yeah. And let's see. Yes. Lock lunatics in the house. That's right. What was the YouTube short for storage units you got the most views on the gun unit? The most, oh shoot. I don't remember how many views I got. I mean, I got thousands. I think the most I've gotten on a short is like 18,000. Yeah, I mean, in the last week, it's like the algorithm just wants to take a crap on my head right now. I would go over 15,600 several times, and every time it would go to 15.6, I could bank on it. I would hit refresh, boom, back to 15,595. It happened like 5 times this week. So I got like 25 to 30 subs, but only netted 1. Now think about that. All the while my videos still getting views. I put up regular locker videos, regular shorts. I put up promotions for my long form videos by making shorts out of the longs and do the whole daggone shebang. And I can't catch a break on the algorithm. It's like it just, nah, man, you ain't doing this right. Really?
Who knows?
I just keep trying. I mean, I don't know what else to do, but it's just to keep trying. I mean, I enjoy making the videos. And Eric says YouTube stopped his upload twice this morning. 3rd time's a charm. Well, you hope so. Well, at least maybe 3rd time will be a charm. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't know, dude. Mad Dog says, sometimes I love the stories I've heard about YouTube and how they screwed up certain things. Yeah, they have. And I can't figure out. Sometimes their algorithm smiles upon me. There for a while, I was racking up subs like you wouldn't believe. It was amazing. And now I'm fighting just to get. I've got 1 since last Sunday. But I've gotten 25 or more subs since last Sunday, but I only netted 1 because every time I would go up to a certain point, it'd go brrr, down 5. And then it would go slowly up 5, and they go. Brrr. Dun, 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 dun. It's like Chutes and Ladders, man. And why? Yeah, that was a cute little chipmunk, man. I was glad I was able to save him. He was so scared and grateful that I think he would have turned into a pet if I want, but he wouldn't want to live with me because I live with 5 cats, so it wouldn't have worked out. I just wanted to get him back to a tree where he could be safe, and I did. All the while, I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a great video. I didn't get a freaking sub out of it. And I usually get on a good short, I'll get 4 or 5, but the algorithms just doesn't like what I'm doing right now. Just doesn't. And I think every YouTuber here that comes here can understand how that works. It's like maybe they don't have the answer, but they know what happens. And it's so frustrating. I think Eric's got some of the best content in the storage auction community. And he's struggling to grow, I think he's doing okay, but he's struggling. And I'll tell you, J&J Family Finds, they go up hundreds every day now. They'll be at 100,000 here in a few weeks, I think. At worst, a couple months. But yeah, I mean, they're doing everything the way YouTube likes it, I guess, and that's great. Doc says, well, if I did YouTube, I would see what I could find for an interesting storage unit or stuff to buy and show people. Here's what I think about all that, Mad Dog. I don't know if it matters, and I'll tell you why, and I'll give you an example. You've seen some of the lockers I've got where I found like a lot of gold, and then I found this and all this good. I'll get 300 views. And then I put out a video where I bought a $30 locker that I got mad at it, threw it down the aisleway, and got 3,000 views. And that locker sucked. But it got the most views. Why did it get the most views? Well, it could have been because I said I shit my pants in the video, but there's no rhyme or reason to this, man. I guess that's my point.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Mark.
Go for it, man. Yeah. Let's see what Eric says about all this. Eric says, my subscription charts look like a hard monitor that keeps flatlining. My last video got less than 400 views. Hey, I know exactly how that goes. You just have to write it out. And it's just like what I was just saying. The worst locker video that I put up all year, this year, calendar year, got the most views. And the locker sucked. It was junk. And I even threw it down the hallway of the storage facility and landed it into a turd pile. But that's the one that's leading the way for the stacker in 2025. The crappiest locker. So how do you compete in all this? What do I buy? Crappier lockers? Am I supposed to do that and get mad at them? I'd like to turn a profit if that's okay. If that's okay. But then I'm fighting the YouTube algorithm, which is probably AI, so you can't reason with it. It already knows what it's going to do. I don't know. Hey, Todd, how you doing, bud? Good to see you here, man. We're just trying to figure this YouTube algorithm out, and we know we're never going to figure it out, but we're going to keep trying, I guess. It's like some of the better videos I've ever made, I get crappy views. And with some of the worst videos that I make, or locker videos, do better. I guess because I'm get mad at it, and some of that could be entertainment value. And I try to provide that. And I'm trying to make my editing better, which I think I've done. I even make the quality of my videos now, instead of my camera's been recording at 30 or something frames per second. Well, when I run them through CapCut now, I'm switching all of them to 60 frames per second. So you can see that, and then I'm doing like a stabilize and all that to where it's not bouncing around. Even if it was bouncing around, it takes all that out. So I've got all that I've been doing. That doesn't seem to help, but I want to put the best quality I can anyway, and I'm going to keep doing it even if I get one sub a week. That's pathetic. Come on, let's just be honest. That's pathetic. I mean, I'm trying the best I can, and that's the best. I'm pointing at you, Stacker. You suck. But I don't really feel that. Yeah, there we go. Harry says, I think if you shit your pants, you may get thousands. I did. The one that got thousands of views. If you'll remember, I paid $30, threw it down the hallway, shit my pants, and it got thousands of views. That's my point, Harry. Those get views. But if I get a locker with $5,400 worth of gold on day one, 300 views. $30 locker that sucks. I throw it down the hallway and crap my pants. Thousands of views and more subs. What do you think of that? There we go. There's Todd. Yes. So here we are at 12:30 with Mad Dog's favorite part of the show. I'm going to take a chance and show you the one I'm looking at. There's not a ton. Well, there's a few people here today, actually. All right, let's just do it. Let's just quit talking about it and do it. All right, I'm going to go to present, share screen. Okay. Here's one I'm looking at right now. Real quick. Let me hide the name on it. It's just got stuff. It's right up the street. Thule stuff. Boxes everywhere. And believe it or not, I need that mattress right there. It's not. I want to switch out. It looks very clean. There's washer, tools, shelving. Look at all the boxes up there lined up. This is a nice table here. That's that's got a folding legs on it. That's a big old table. That's money. Not sure what that is right there. So let me get into another one. I don't want to give away what I'm doing here to the wrong person, but our regular crowd here, well, I don't think they're going to end up coming down to buy this one. But where is that other one I was looking at? And then we'll look at some more. Yeah, this was at Prime. See, there it is right there, Glenn, already. All right, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
But it's still 2 days away. So it's the 17th. This is the 15th. So that's the 17th at 12:05 p.m. So you've got these tools, possibly tools. There's a dolly. That's auto $25 right there. And this looks very clean. It says fuel. I mean, there's still a chance I could bid on this. I think I already did bid on this. Yeah, I've just been outbid.
Yeah, it's not too high right now, but I'll bet it's going to go up.
Yeah, I mean, there's money sitting here right on the surface. I mean, there's a shop vac, a metal ladder, big microwave. All that's money, and the dolly. These are nice totes, like Mad Dog said. It looks like DeWalt tool right there. That's their colors, but actually it's kind of the same as these. So I don't know if that's a DeWalt tool or not. Just got the colors. It's actually a nice unit. I wouldn't I wouldn't hold the hope there's gold in it though. But I mean, being that gold's the price that it is, I mean that's got to be your freaking target, man. I mean, I typically don't find gold in tool units that are specifically tool units, but this is more like a backup if the price doesn't get stupid. And I don't like daggone blow up mattresses in a unit. I don't like those. The only way I could sell that is if it's never been used. So let's see what else we can find. So now everybody knows my plan. All right. Okay. Probably gonna have to expand my travels here. Oh, let's see what they got here. Good Lord. These kinds are always hard to get cleaned out. You got a bunch of stuff been offloaded onto shelves.
Oh yeah.
And it better be good stuff or you're gonna have a long day. And this looks like it could be. But it looks like artsy kind of stuff. And I'm not so sure if that's something I want to get into. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here. I think it's just artwork, man. Oh, but if those shelves are included, they might not even be included. Let's see what it says. Huh, doesn't say. Wow. That's about $200 or $300 for sure on the shelves. Books. Oh my God, I'm tired of books right now. I just unloaded probably literally a ton of books. Yeah, this just looks like somebody's art unit, man. Unless they're a famous artist, I'm not going to be able to sell any of that crap. So I'm going to probably pass Adina on this one. But there is good shelving here. That's interesting. Yeah, it's just I haven't bought a unit in 2 months, man, and it's starting to be an issue with me, man. I need to get a unit. Because when I don't get a unit for a while, and I tend to get lazy. It's when I don't really want to do this one. It looks like a king size sleigh bed right there, actually. I don't want to deal with those tires. Hell no. Ooh, what's this? This is 4 days from now. Let's look at this one. This is a nice little dine and dash. You got suitcases, one dresser, Gabe something or other. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here. Although the price is pretty daggone good.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take. You don't have to find much if you get a locker for $10 to $30 range. That's a 10 by 5. It's not going to be hard to make money.
No, there's stuff there for the right price.
Definitely. So I mean, these would all be backups to what I'm trying to do here. I really want. Tomorrow's the auction day, as far as I'm concerned. And we're It's a size 13 shoe. Always look for shoes that are 10 and a half because that's my size, and that way, if I get several pair of shoes, that way I get a brand new pair of shoes, and I like that. Those are a little loose on me right there. This isn't a bad little. If you could get it cheap, that's the whole thing, right? So that would be something I would be curious to maybe buy if I don't get the other one. That kind of thing. I don't want to risk it on an art unit, although the shelving was nice. Um, that one I don't want to mess with tires. That's not bad. Let's see what else there is. Let's see if I can expand it to 10 miles. Let's try that. Let's take out the lean units. Play it again. Okay. Yeah, all these slobber toys. I'm not even going to click on there. Devon, that's where I bought that last unit at. But I don't want that. Okay, this is one I'm already looking at. Yeah, that's the one I'm bidding on there. What's this? Mm-hmm. One pair of shoes there. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, that bag's got corners in it. Those could be shoes. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, for $40, I guess it's not too bad. Some Uggs. Yeah, there'll probably be shoes and clothes, and if you're lucky, some jewelry. But if you're really lucky, there could be some new Jordans in there. That's what you hope for in that kind of unit. Yeah, yeah, it's not too bad. Nice little backup. Oh, what's this? It's like auto parts. Oh my God! Charge your car parts. I'll bet you those are a lot of money. That's not my niche though. Look at that. Exhaust system. Oh, there's some expensive parts right there, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really something that I'm comfortable doing though right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm the same way. If it
I
was
mean,
furniture, if it was furniture, it'd be a different story.
yeah. I mean, I see there's probably $1,000 at least there, probably on the low end. But it's not really something that I want to do. I can pretty much guarantee you that's pretty much all that's in there, which is a pretty good thing if you know what you're going to do with that. Yeah, pretty much what's in there. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Do, 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 do. Okay, I think I looked here, didn't I? Oh, those look pretty skanky, man. Yeah, I looked at this. Yeah. Okay, here's a nice little. If you like small dine and dash units, here's a good one. It's already $40 though. It's already up to. Those are big tubs though. Hmm. Just a pure gamble here, but it's not a lot of money to gamble. But no idea what could be in those tubs. They could be empty for all we know. I see in here for sure is about $20 worth of tubs, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's probably something in those tubs. There's a couple of boxes there.
You could open
your box.
Could open it up and it'll all be baby clothes.
Oh God. We actually did sell baby clothes though from that one unit.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we got, but it was pretty good. It was like $50, I guess.
Yeah, you sold the lot, didn't you?
We sold the entire lot.
Yeah.
But Julie had to wash all that stuff and then put them in like little piles,
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was just an easy flip. But we did sell them.
That's a smarter way to do it. Put them in a lot.
Yeah, I was glad she did that. That made it a lot better because I was thinking, well, we're going to end up donating that. But I mean, I like to donate stuff that really we can't sell, but I know that is worth money to the to Wayside,
Yeah.
So that's how we get rid of some of the stuff we're not going to be able to sell, or maybe we don't want to deal with it. So this one here, there's a box there. I can guarantee you that box is probably empty right there. All right. Let's see what the comments are doing. Yeah, I want to see what Mad Dog has to say. Everybody's saying it. Let me come back in here for a minute. All right, let's go back to where I left off. Damn, I can't find it. Oh, I lost it. I lost it, all right. 17 pages of units. Okay. Oh, I went way too far. Oh, okay. Here we go. How many views did your gold purchase video get? It got like 1,500 views immediately and then flatlined.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely exploded out of the right out of the gate. So what it was, I went in and I bought, and this was a great deal, man. Talk about making money. If people like watching people make money, though, I went in and got the video was how many 1-ounce gold rounds can I get for $20,000? So I went in at the time I was able to get 10. And then I did a video of what are they worth now? Well, that's you'd think that'd be pretty interesting, right? So now they would be 10 of those would be $35,000. So it was a $15,000 buy profit, and then it just flatlined. So I mean, I don't know what to do, but as far as I can put out the best, I can put my money where my mouth is. I can do the best I can do, and I can't whip the algorithms, man. They're whipping me. And, I guess part of it is because I got like a variety channel, but I know other people have variety channels like Taco Stacks. My God, he's got like more than 500,000, probably 1,000,000 by now. Subscribers, and I mean he does all kind of stuff. He does trash picking, and he does storage auction buying. He does thrifting. I mean he does the whole gambit. Even his girlfriend's got over 100,000. There's a channel that I enjoy watching. Her channel is called, and he was on it yesterday actually, in a cameo a little bit. Her channel's called Paper and Moose. And she buys these little $30, $10, $20 units and finding all kind of good stuff. They look crappy on the surface, and then she gets in there and they're like, holy crap. But to answer that question, Todd. Yeah, it makes no sense to me. Whenever I see those kind of videos, I always click on them. I want to see, like, all right, what did the guy get? How much? I mean, when you can make $15,000 profit on one buy and get 1,500 views immediately, and then it flatlined. Yeah. Well, I got the final laugh on that one because I got the profit, but well, really, I technically didn't get any profit because I didn't sell anything. All I did was buy. But you know what I mean. How many views did you go? Yeah, not enough. Yeah, probably, man. It's like it's struggling. I mean, we're struggling out there, man. I mean, it's like anything else you do. It's like when I was a bowler, I always wanted to get the highest score I could ever get. You start your game, you want to shoot a 300. I mean, you're not shooting for 100. You want to get it all. There's Thomas. Let's show everybody Thomas. He jumped up on the couch to get him a snack. There he is. There he goes. So thanks to the cats, I've got more subs than I would have had. That's right. Sometimes you just need all your assets, man. Apparently, all my assets aren't really enough right now. But I haven't given up, man. Man, this is all jacked up. Even this isn't working. There it goes. Let's see here. Eric, I believe that was a freaking Huffy, man. So I'm not really excited about the bike frame, but it was a Huffy. I think what I like about the unit is just the overall look. I like the fact that it had actual warehouse, one section of actual warehouse shelves, which to me that's a few $100 right there. And there's going to be all kind of tools in there. And the whole back of that unit's mystery. And I did notice that there was an actual dresser with stuff laid out on the dress. I love that because I'll tell you what, a dresser has got more potential from my experience than a safe. And that's just the fact, man. If you bought enough of these and got as many safes as a storage auction buyer will get over the year, then you'll probably agree with me. Dresser drawers, especially in antique furniture, is a lot better than a safe. Especially those little safes where you can throw them down on the corner and they pop right open. They're not actually safe. I mean, it might keep something from burning up in a fire. That's about the only thing I could see it doing.
Yeah, I think that's all they're good for.
Yeah, I mean, that would serve that purpose, and then it would make sense. So people keep their paperwork in there. Generally speaking, all I find is paperwork in them. Every now and then, a couple of.
You have a safe at your home?
I got 100,000 of them, man. I got safes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But most of them are they're gun safes. So I just, that's where I put the bang bangs.
Yeah, we've got like a 6-foot vault safe.
Yeah. I actually don't have one, believe it or not. They're just gun safes, So to answer that question, it was a Huffy, Eric. So it wasn't anything to get excited about as far as the bike goes. That is a nice bike frame, and you might get. Yeah, that's probably about right. 80s bike. Yeah, you know what I like to find is one of the old Stingrays. The banana seat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I had one when I was a kid in the mid '60s.
The banana seat with sissy bar on the back.
Yeah. Now those you could sell those for a pretty good profit right there. Now something like that, yeah. I'd take it for another ride though. Actually, I would do that. So those would actually be '60s bikes. 80s. I thought it was 90s. I think you should throw a $10 bid in right now. Well, I'm hoping I don't need a backup unit, man. If I get the one up the street here, that'll be good for a month. That'll be good. I'll still look at some of the units. I always look. I don't know, Mad Dog. I just got a glimpse of it. If we're talking about the bike, it was freaking huffy. It'd be funny if you do get it for the backup offer. Forgot you put in a $10. I did get a backup offer one time about a year ago. Paid $10. I got over and that unit wasn't worth $10, man. It sucked. It looks like a blue mongoose. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure the one I was looking at was a Huffy, man. A sky blue Huffy. And I'll go back there and show you. Let me get caught up in these. Do you like the unit with the shelves and everything? Very interesting. Very good money. Hope there's more collectibles and shoes. Yeah, there might be. Yeah. The R1 looks staged. Plus, they went in the locker to take the pictures. Yeah, and when they do that, it kind of reeks of being a manager special, man, because you're not supposed to really walk in there. You're just not supposed to do that, man, because the people can cure that account. So why are you walking in there when they still got the ability to cure it?
Yeah, I think it's illegal on top of that, isn't it?
I can't say for sure, but I mean it's unethical for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, which one's worse? I mean, they're both bad. Shelving sales in Dusty Trust. In Dust, you trust. Yeah, you know what? I put a lot of trust in Dust in these units.
Yeah.
I put 4 large up on Dust. So I sat right on that trust line, man, and it paid off. Hey, no fighting. Chucky and Thomas are wrestling. Sometimes Thomas will get him pinned, and Thomas is a lot bigger than him. Chucky's as feisty as a little cat goes, though, man. But he ends up being on the wrong side of those wrestling matches. Way up there in the weight group, I wonder if you put a $10 bid. I doubt it, man. I think it's to make it specific here, Mad Dog. It's called a what I call them is a dine, like you're eating a dine and dash.
Dine and dash.
I got that from that '70s show where Kelso said he was taking everybody out to dinner, and they were all, "Hey, that's really nice of you, Kelso." And they went and they ordered all the best food they could get. And when it came time to pay, they said, "All right, Kelso, here's the bill." I said, "Oh, we're not going to need that. This is a dine and dash. We eat food and then we haul ass." And they said, "You idiot. You mean you don't have any money?" I was like, "No, this is a dine and dash." And they said, "You idiot."
That one guy played Hyde on there. He's got bad luck. He's in prison right now.
Yeah, he's in prison for 30 years. I think I don't want to say what I think he did. I'm not sure what he did, but it was not good.
Yeah, he was in prison here in Kern County for a while. I don't know if they transferred him or not.
Yeah, and I'm hearing some bad things about Kelso too, as far as from a political thing and being on the wrong side of the law. I don't know what's true. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're wrong. I don't know.
Well, these riots in Los Angeles are going crazy.
Well, I think the military was there, man, for a reason.
Yeah, they are.
There's more going on than people realize, man, with that, because all that's how they were going to, that was the actual insurrection, how they were going to try to do it a city at a time till they take the whole country down.
Well, you
But
got the damn mayor of Los Angeles and the governor of California bitching because Trump sent the military over there. But what are you supposed to do when they're burning the police cars up and throwing rocks at cops? You know.
see, they didn't want them to save it. They wanted to burn it all down. And yeah, that's not going to happen, folks. But see, now the good news is before we're going to be able to switch to a new financial system, the military was going to have to be deployed. I think this whole thing is working out pretty great. I think things are going to happen soon. I think you're going to wake up to a whole new world here for too long. There'll be disclosure and find out your bank account's got more money in it than you ever dreamed of. You heard it here. The only thing I say about the great tubs is it is interesting and a bad price to me. It's too much of a gamble. Well, daggone gnats. I threw a banana peel in my garbage can last night and fruit flies, man.
Yeah, that happened.
Fruit flies. Show us public story. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. He's got 550,000. Yeah, and his girlfriend has got over 100,000. And she just buys a little $10 to $40 unit. Maybe I think she bought a $100 unit one time. Thomas is a beautiful cat, Mad Dog. Thanks for noticing. Banana seed is worth $50. A stingray bite. Yeah, I had one of them when I was a kid. Loved it. Love the dash. Yeah. They were all thinking, oh, isn't that nice of Kelso taking us out to dinner? And he said, no, man. It's a dine and dash. We eat a bunch of food and haul ass. And they were going to kill him. You dumbass. But all of a sudden they realized they're going to have to run out of the place. Basically, that's like stealing, right? Well, Tech's not like it. It is. So they all just dined and then they started watching them. The management were just watching them at that point, man. The ones that were left. That's still the funniest. Now that I know what I know about the characters, it's like I don't even like it anymore. It's like some of these guys just went way over the line on things. Just showed the elites do not take over our country. I want my freedom and I want my kids to have freedom. Amen. That's you can thank Trump and the alliance. We haven't seen President Trump in a long time, man. This clown you're seeing now. I don't mean this clown because I love. That's not him. Because they're not going to risk their asset like that, man. Because they've got so many of these players that are in using. They've already admitted that Biden wasn't the real Biden. I mean, even Trump came right out and told everybody. Do you really think he's lying, do you? No, I don't think that's the real Trump. As a matter of fact, he was standing next to Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, is that what is his name? Newsom? Newsom. I looked it up. They're both 6'3". Trump was shorter than him. They're using their main asset's not going to be out where it's like even these people that are forming these riots. They're even killing each other, man. It's so stupid. They're killing their own.
Yeah, it's the stupidest shit I ever seen. Go to another damn country and see how much freedom you got.
Yeah, they're tearing up the city that accepted them for being an illegal, and so they tear.
They should be embarrassed, holding the American flag upside down and throwing it on the ground and burning it.
Burning.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
I'd probably flip out on somebody, Mark, if I saw them doing that.
well, this is what's called an FAFO. You know what an FAFO is?
Oh.
F around and find out. Some of them are going to F around and they're going to find out. Did you see some of those guys getting tackled by ICE? There were one guy coming down on a bicycle, and the one
Yeah.
ICE
Yeah.
pancake. He effed around and found out. Another guy, another one of these clowns was he got the ICE agents were using non-lethal firing these weapons that weren't lethal, but they hit this one guy in the nuts, and then they showed him in the hospital. Well, I just got back from protest. That's not a protest. That's freaking right. But I digress. I got shot in the balls, and now I'm losing one of them. Well, that's what you get for that.
That's right.
I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, I guess it's okay to throw rocks at cops and burn the police cars, huh?
They were throwing Molotov cocktails at that's attempted murder, man. That's what I saw wasn't anything to do with protesting.
That's not protesting. That's right.
No, protesting is you're standing there with a sign and you're just, you can say what you want, but you're not throwing stuff at people. You're not causing damage. You're not hurting anybody.
As disgusted as everyone was when Biden was president, I didn't see a bunch of Republicans out doing that shit.
No. Yeah, well, Biden was never president, so everybody still says he was, but the only one that'll openly say it that has the clout is Trump. He said wasn't even real. That's how they exposed that the auto pen. They had, whoever it was, his staff. They were just selling pardons to all these criminals, man. So they were just selling. Oh my God, it's so corrupt, man. But you'll remember when Trump took the oath of office, they showed it right up close because he had to do the oath of office twice. And you didn't see the real one. You saw the one where he took the oath to the old corporation in the United States that's now defunct. It's the one where he didn't put his hand on the Bible. Yeah. Let that sink in. The old corporation's gone, folks. And so is maritime law, which we were back under British rule for the second time after 1870. But now we're back to common law. And then we're making the transition back to common law. And all lawyers and everybody, they're all going to have to be retrained on common law. But we're not quite there yet. It's been done. It's just, it's amazing what's going on, man. Every time they buy a unit, they share the profits and the price together. She's bought many great $10, $40, $50 units. Where we're talking about paper and moose here. She's got, yeah, and I watched her yesterday. She got into this one and was just finding jewelry and gold rings. I think she paid $10. Another one she paid $40. She opened up this crappy piece of furniture, and there was these old wrestling shirts. There was one of them that was selling at $220 on eBay. It was like maybe a Bret Hart or something. I don't remember, but you might have seen it, Mad Dog. And she was scoring just on shirts. Love the dash of this. I love the dash. Yes. Just showed the elites do not take. Amen, Harry. I think we all feel that way. And, had it not been for the alliance and Trump, yeah, we would be over. Every time they buy a unit, yeah, that's kind of nice, man. These people on the left hate. Yeah, they hate our country too. You see what happened in Minnesota? They voted. Yeah, they voted and it cost them their lives. Sick. Public storage numbers are another way this week. Yeah, I might just look at those, man. It's just with what's going on. It's got to at least touch on it. If you get a chance, watch the Second Sense great series of storage videos this week. He found the most money in a storage unit. He found thousands of dollars. Most I've ever found was 500. And that was all coins. I have seen Second Sense. Yeah, he's the auctioneer that's up in Ohio. Little Juan, one nut should have not have done one. Well, it was an FAFO. He effed around and found out. See, when you're playing with it's a funny thing about violence. It works both ways. He's lucky that's all he lost. Yes, it was Bret Hart and some other great wrestling shirts. It was about $500 worth of shirt. Yeah, and she only paid what, $40? I mean, it might have been less than that. I mean, she's the queen of getting these cheap lockers, and then finding stuff in there. All right, we're at the. I'm going to put a star next to this post. Let's go. Let's go into some sanity, and rather than talk about these crazy. See, what's going on now was supposed to be a lot bigger. It actually didn't work for. That was the deep state's last chance. I mean, we're looking at a situation where they were saving the Israel thing for last. Come to find out, what's going on in Israel is the good and the bad mixed together, kind of like the United States, where the good and the bad was all happening together. You know, so that's going to be the last thing. But their last battle, it failed. It was total insurrection of the country, which was supposed to be in 1,500 cities, and it really didn't go work. It didn't work out like that. I could get into a little deeper, but you would start losing people here because there's going on that we we were told didn't exist all these years when they damn well knew better. I mean, they knew this, and back in the 40s when Admiral Byrd went to Antarctica and was talking about finding other continents that were green, and do you remember that,
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd? Well, it's not that they're on the top; they're they're inside the Earth. Is what he was pointing at. They didn't let him talk very much about that, but that's what he found. And anyway, I won't go off onto that because it's so far out there you lose people. Little one should not have done. Well, no, you're right. He was lucky. That's all he lost. There are 6 great storage unit numbers I found for public storage. 21803 does public storage help. Okay, let's swing over there, man, dog. You got me convinced now. Let's just go over there. This is usually where I get really frustrated, though. You notice that this is usually where I get super frustrated. All right. Yeah, they've lied to us our whole lives, Glenn, about everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything you were ever told was wrong. Every big thing. All right, let's do a. All I'm still waiting for it to load. All right, we're going to go facility name, public storage. Too many A's. Storage. Okay. Okay. Let's go from. Why can't I get a? All right, let's do it another way. I got all the public storages saved in my bookmark facilities. Okay, there's public storage. So we'll start out at this one's got 11. Okay, this one's not far away. You got a little bit out there at 8 days off though. Cornhole boards, boxes. I mean, that's a decent looking unit. So I think that's just a tarp. I don't think there's could be something there though. Oh, I'm not seeing enough in this picture. Yeah, this sucks. Yeah, this one blows, man. Slobber toys, wheels. I don't want them. Don't like that. Well, I'm looking at $300 bill right there, maybe. So let's take a look at it. Okay, 250, $300. Ooh, nice chair. Yeah, I'm about ready to get a new set on here. The cats have ripped this sucker to pieces. Ooh, look at all these boxes. That's a stove. Man, nobody wants one of those old stoves now. Yeah, I like that chair. It's the color of money. Nope, I'm not feeling that one. Okay, let's go to another one. Why does the back button not work all of a sudden? Okay, here we go. Okay, this one's got 13. Let's look. Okay, don't like the way that looks. Oh my God, look at this big old toolbox sitting in front. See, there's the problem when you got that sucker sitting right there in the front.
Yeah.
You're not going to find that hiding in the back because it's hiding in the front. There's probably $300 for sure just in toolbox. So that, and it's got a decent name to it, Craftsman.
Yeah.
My God, it's like three toolboxes in one. There's a little bit of dust to it.
Oh, it's got 8 days to go. It's going to go up.
Yeah, and it looks to be a washer dryer of a newer model there too, so that's a plus. What's this on wheels here? Oh, that's a baby. Those things are
Yeah.
useless to sell. Nobody's going to buy them for a resale on a baby pusher. It's like a room partition. No, that's a bed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a like a futon, maybe.
Frame, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad little unit. I'm not seeing enough mystery boxes in here though, for my liking. It's got a little big part in the back. That's not a new TV.
Yeah.
Any TVs that are going to do good now, you got to at least have a smart TV. You know, you can sell those. We always keep at least one smart TV,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, in case our TV goes out. You know, Julie watches regular TV. I'm pretty much on the computer all the time with YouTube is what I kind of watch. So I don't, it doesn't matter to me, but she watches.
Yeah. Keep
She's
a
not
spare.
fit.
Always keep a spare TV and a spare AC unit.
Yeah, I actually gave away my spare AC to my grandson. They just had his room. He needed one, so I gave him the one from that $4,000 unit. I could have got $50 for it, but family comes first. So I
That's
gave
right.
him, and so they've got their whole house AC installed now. Central, I believe that's what you call it. Mad Dog's probably getting frustrated with me because I'm not finding anything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's just click on it. Okay, these kind of, if these are clean, these kind of rolling suitcases sell well around here. And these things with little baskets on wheels, like little, which you put storage in, those sell real well too. Fancy looking, is that a couch or a seat? That
Yeah.
sells. Um, yeah, I mean, this is actually not bad. Let me see what else is in there though. Who's that? I'm not seeing enough mystery here though. Well, here we go. Look at all these suitcases. My God. That must be a chair on its side. Yeah, I don't like the way. Well, some people like the toys now, but if they're slobber toys, that's another matter. You start seeing wrestling figures and stuff like that, and Hot Wheels, then you're okay there. But when you see slobber toys, man, it's a problem. It's a freaking problem. What do we got there? It's okay. Oh, I got to click on this. Is that a sterling silver potential find right here? Nope. Thought it could have been like a utensil case, but that's not it. A lot of boxes. Gone, you stupid fruit flies. Oh, it looks like pleather though. Please, no pleather. Yeah, that's a working unit. I don't mind a little work, but that's not the one I want. Look at that. All right, I want to go back and look. See what other public storage. Okay, so we saw those. This one's got 9. Let's check it out. Blue Lick. I've bought there before. It's not the best part of town, but ooh, these are all $10 too. But they're over a week away, so you're not going to be able to sneak by. Wow, look at this one. Look at that.
Man, tubs, tubs.
Tubs, boxes. Not a lot of dust though, but wooden box. Is that a jewelry box? Could be. Coat tree, keyboard, Christmas, carpet cleaner. That's a. I'm not feeling it. I mean, I see opportunity, but just not feeling it. Eh, Crestwood. I don't think that's a jewelry box. Doesn't mean there's not jewelry in it, but I don't think that's what that is. Huh. Chair. Not bad. Eh, what's that? Oh, what's a mystery? All right, what else they got? All right, I'll take a peek. Fireplace, shoe boxes. Oh, those shoe boxes are going to drive the unit up. I think those might not be. I'm not sure if that one is. That looks cheap. Big old camo bag. Ooh, a little locker. Hoop, toy box, half a barrel. Not horrible. Spider-Man bike. I like that little thing right there. Be tempted to hang on to that. And there's a dresser. That's not the one. That's not the one to get totally excited about, though. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a refrigerator. Okay. A couple hundred for sure. Wheelchair. Ooh, mystery. Yeah, somebody could have passed away here. But I'm not feeling it. All right, I got to at least click on this. All right. Mm, I'm not feeling it. Look at all the locks that they cut off of this one, man.
Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. So they're probably going to pay it up because it's what they do every month, it looks like.
Yeah. There's something in there they want to keep.
There's something. A lot of furniture. I mean, there's probably 500 plus in furniture in there, I'm guessing. On a conservative number, really. And then you see this jinky kind of stuff, and it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
you know, hey, they made something really cool out of horseshoes here.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, we bought a locker one time though. was a rocking chair, and the whole damn thing was horseshoes welded together.
That's pretty cool, man.
Well, that damn thing was heavy too.
I bet it was, man. This one's got several boxes here. Fragile. They look like they've sat there for a while. One Hope. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Quilts. Of course, they marked it out. So they took their quilts. Maybe not. I mean, it's not a bad little unit. It's like if this one today or tomorrow falls apart, I'm going to probably be looking for another main target next week. I've got to do my due diligence here. I reckon I'm looking at a couple that aren't bad. Let's take a look here. You can tell this is an indoor locker. There's something. That's the underside of probably a reclining couch or a couch with a bed in it or something like that. But that sucker's heavy. A lot of boxes here, which is good. Moving boxes. I'm not seeing the money shot though. Electronics. All right, let's see what else we can find. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now that could be a utensil box.
Yeah.
That very well could be. But I'll bet you it's not sterling. Just by looking at this unit. I mean, it could be, but that's interesting. Okay, all right. It's a fair looking unit. Mystery boxes, no doubt. Purses. D and B, isn't that Doonesbury? Or what is it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. First word that came to mind. And then I'm seeing furniture this isn't a bad little unit here.
No, it's not.
Um, and then I zoom into the corner over here and I totally like, wait a minute. And then I see a air mattress. So I was looking good until I hit this corner over here. But I mean, this box here, it's got me interested. That box will end up costing this. It will make this unit a lot more money. That's something you want to find without seeing it on the surface. A lot of purses. I mean, some people are loose with all that kind of stuff. This is probably the kind of unit where every one of them's got like 83 cents in them, and maybe you add it up, you got $5. And the purses are fake. I don't know. I'm being very pessimistic right now. I don't know why, but it's okay. I guess what I really like to see is the really old stuff, man. All right, let's see. I looked at that. I looked at that. All right. Real quick. I'll be right back. I got to make a pit stop. Ah, oh. that's an improvement. All right. What else we got going on here? Let me come back. Let me come back into the chat here. I want to see what's going on. Where? Okay. Stop screen. There we go. There you are. Let's go back to the where I left off in the chat. Come on, Mark. You can find it. Here it is. Hopefully it's not. Oh, shoot. I didn't see that. I got. Oh, man. I didn't do that. Otherwise, we might have to do it another. Well, didn't I see anything good? Let's see. I got numbers here. Just every time I start entering them in, man, dog, I wind up in Florida somewhere. Today's all right. Eric got it. Yeah. Hey, he got it up. Yeah. I'm gonna watch that, man. I promise you that. Hopefully, you got a banger. That's right. That's what we want to see. All the good units are 8 and 9 days out. Yeah, that's what I was noticing. And I mean, I might be looking at one really seriously, Mad Dog, as I am looking at one for tomorrow. And we deliberately didn't plan anything else around because we want to have that time to get another storage unit. Because I tend to sit around on that too much when I don't have a storage unit. That's not good. Oh, man, I messed up. All right. Surprised you like this one. I didn't think I'd show you this. It's wouldn't you like to just know what's in every unit? Wouldn't that be great if you could just like psychic and get
That
like
take
some
that kind of takes part of the fun out of it, though.
yeah, I mean we do the best we can to profile these things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pays off. Your experience is the best thing you got going.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like experience is the best thing you got when you're looking at these things. You get at least 100 or 200 for the empty toolbox. If it was that three stacker, I think that would have been a $300 one.
Oh, at least.
And that's if it's empty.
Yeah.
There's a car's the movie car, and it could be a few. Yeah, we've sold some of those kid car beds, and they sell pretty quick. Hey, Johnny Smallpepper, how you doing? Listening when you can. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're just sitting here trying to figure out if there's any money to be made in some of these units, and yes, I see it a little bit. From the 1990s when Larry the Cable Guy played. I remember when Second Sense bought a unit with a whole bunch of slobber toys and made out like a bandit, finding gold, silver, antiques, and collectibles. Now, generally, when you find that stuff, the good stuff you're speaking of there, it usually doesn't come from a slobber toy unit. But there's no rule saying that you can't put slobber toys in a good unit. I mean, it's just from my experience, slobber toys aren't the pathway to gold. But I mean, apparently, there's nothing's 100%.
Yeah, same here.
Guns and file cabinet. I watched KT Treasures one time. There was a dryer in this back of the unit. The last thing in the unit, and they opened up the dryer, and there was a sawed-off shotgun in the dryer. I mean, you never know what you're going to find in these things, man. Yeah, man, sometimes the logistics of these things are so important because you know automatically your time and your fuel and your ability to just go over there and grab stuff. I mean, you can do it at your leisure. It's like, wow, that's important to me, man. That's why I'm lucky because I've got like a 5 mile radius of my house here that's got public storage, extra space, prime storage, the facility right up the street, and others right in this 5 mile radius, and they're all on storage treasures. How cool is that? So that's why I'm so picky. I thought that was a safe at first too. I knew something like this you could make very good money on with an electric scooter. Yeah, I mean I've sold those scooters from anywhere from $700 to $1,500. We've always done well. The problem we have is Facebook. If somebody doesn't grab that sucker right away, they take it down. And why? Why can't you buy it? It's so
Yeah.
stupid. The jewelry box in the cedar chest. Mm. I thought you might like most out of all of them. I saw a few there that I would consider if I don't get the one I'm looking at tomorrow, man. You know, I do take logistics as a very big part of it. It's important to me. I'm thinking there's jewelry in it. That's why they want to keep this unit so bad. Well, if they feel that way, why don't they just go get the jewelry box? I don't understand people, Glenn. They're paying all this money to save. So they got $1,000 worth of stuff in there. So over the years, we're going to pay $10,000 to protect it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people either it's drugs or they forget because it's been in there so long, or family member passes away, or they go to jail.
I think a lot of it's just like, people are just attached to things,
Yeah,
from emotionally attached.
yeah, yeah,
So really, to them, it's not the value, it's not the monetary value, it's the emotional value of the stuff they got.
yeah.
And that makes some sense to me. But when it comes to be tens of thousands of dollars, and you get into these units, and you're like, I don't know what the hell they were paying on. I mean, you got to be at least be critical of that at that point.
Yeah, because I like at least once a year go through and start purging shit. If it hasn't sold, if it doesn't have any value, I just get rid of it.
Yeah, we did that with Facebook the other day. I went through there and I was looking at stuff that's been up for like a year or two, like low dollar shit. I'm like, let's ace that. Let's just get rid of it
Yeah,
and just get rid of all that stuff. One thing I had to do this past week, and I got it all done, and now we're going to have to restock. I had a whole food pantry that I had going back to 2018. Well, all the canned food was 5, 6 years expired. So at one point there was sauerkraut cans. They were empty because they had just dissolved.
oh yeah,
They were gone. So I had to throw away all the old food. There was like big 50-gallon cans of food that we had in case of an emergency. So but I made all that space. But now we kept that big wood pantry out of that $4,000 unit, and we're restocking that back up with fresh stuff. But we're actually going to keep like using that stuff. Last stuff we just kind of let it sat so many years that I was afraid to eat it at that point. I mean, when you got cans disintegrating, that's bad, right?
yeah.
Pretty bad. Locks. Same Facebook sites to consider electric scooter medical equipment. Yeah, I sold a guy a medical scooter, because he was going to somewhere. He just wanted to ride around and drink beer on it. And I sold it to him for that. And I guarantee you that wasn't a medical daggone reason. He just wanted to sit around and drink and ride around and drink beer. Okay, I'll sell it to you. It was just a cheap scooter. I got $200 to $300 for it. I forgot. And that's what he wanted it for. The moving company put one piece of furniture in sideways. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, that's not really a professional way to do it. These professional companies, I've seen they'll wrap everything. I've seen them where they'll wrap a daggone salt shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I saw that today in another video I was watching. I watch a lot of different channels, man, that do reselling and buying storage units and other sales. And, yeah, we're running up to the end of the show here. I just want to see what else we got. You showed two great moving lockers, and the one I like the most with the most locks, and the chance of jewelry, a cedar chest. Back up. I like the one that had that potential sterling in it too, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I just didn't get the feeling that that was sterling, but it's probably stainless, but gives you something to look for, something to think about. Yeah, Facebook, I call it book face, man. They're not. They're Zuckerberg's only part human, I think. Seriously, I think he's a hybrid. That's just my personal opinion. He's one of these. Yeah, yeah. I know the one with the most locks cut. That's yeah. If they see 6 or 7 locks, there's a chance they're probably going to pay it up. There's probably something in there good, but some of the stuff people do, Mad Dog, there's no guarantees. And people will pay thousands of dollars to store junk,
Yeah. Yeah.
just actual junk. Oh, let's see if I got a funny cat video. We only got a few minutes here, so I'm getting hungry. I want to eat lunch, but let me see. I've got a. Oh yeah, let me see here. Present. I can bring this right. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh no. Oh no, where are you? Yeah, right here. This is one that I found in that locker right up the street where I'm looking at a locker for tomorrow. That was in a. This is all sterling. That at the time was worth $1,500. I think it's like 1,600 by now. That was in a kitchen box that had Tupperware on top of it. So there's that. Okay, here we go. This is a video I made. Yeah, here, you might like this one, Glenn.
News. Thomas and Chucky corned a mole today in Jeffersontown. For months, Chucky and Thomas have taken off work and not done jack squat. But today they took a mole out of the yard who had been tearing the yard up. We wanted to honor these two cats who came back to work with a bang. Great job, Chucky and Thomas, bravo. It happened in on what is now being called Mole Town. A resident there told us the mole had been digging in their yard for months, tearing it up, destroying their flowers and their bushes. They even found a hole in their fence that the mole had dug. So they called animal control. That's when Thomas and Chucky were called in. They cornered the mole and got it out of the yard. The resident we spoke to said she was so happy to finally see the mole go. She even gave the cats some treats and a pat on the head. Great job, Thomas and Chucky. Bravo.
Yeah, so I decided to, I have CapCut, so you can actually make an AI video. I'm not a big fan of AI. Just don't get me wrong, but I saw that as harmless enough. So I made that. Let's see if there's another one I want to show before we get out of here today. Let's see here. Let's go to present. I might have made something else. Oh yeah, I made this for the video that's up today.
Excited to bring you guys this. I got it for $400. Let's roll it. You ready? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh boy, this is going to be a gold mine. That's a freaking mountain bike back there. Holy crap, and look at this. I gotta get this part in the elevator. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, that's gonna stink. Wow. Oh God. Look at this.
Oh God. That should just about do it for today, guys. Eric says, I hope you amazing YouTubers have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy hunting, my friends. Love back to you, man. I'm gonna watch your video today too, man. Can't wait to see what you get. Yeah, Mad Dog. I saw a few for next week if I don't get this one. I mean, I'm not a high volume buyer, you know. I mean, I try to buy the best. I try to cherry pick, you know, and get the best of the best when they come, you know, in my little area. So anyway, I had fun today, guys. So appreciate all you guys swinging in here. Do it every Sunday. We'll do it again next week. Well, you have a great rest of your day, Glenn. I guess we're just going to go ahead and kick it.
You too, Mark.
All righty, my man. So take care, guys. We'll see ya. I might leave y'all with something here. Yeah, let's leave you with something. All right. Later.
All right, guys, I've got this piece of furniture over here. I'm getting aggravated with it. I'm gonna back up into it with my van and crush it. Rushing it.
That's what I think about that. There, problem solved. Flash.